So today we're doing something different. We've got a special guest. Today we're picking with MMDeveloper. So say hello, MM.
How about we shut up and get picking?
All right, man. All right. Boy, you're just one big ball of sunshine, aren't you? And the lock is also special. It's Abus XP1, sent to me by my friend in Germany, SiriMHM. And thank you very much for that, Siri. This is, at least on Abus's scale, an 8 out of 10 in terms of security. I don't read German, but I'm 99.9% sure that's a security scale. Looking at the lock, you might think it has a sidebar system in it based on the kind of crazy cuts in the key here. But the dead giveaway on these is always that they're the same depth. And so really we can surmise pretty quickly that those are just for key control. But what does make this lock very, very difficult to pick is its really, really difficult keyway. You can kind of see there that there really is no way to get a pick in there. You've got these pins set right on this shelf here. And so any pick that's going to be small enough to get in there is really going to either overset the pin or just be too flimsy to work. So what I ended up doing was I think what I've ended up kind of playing around with is a dimple pick. A dimple pick seems to work pretty well in there. You can kind of come in using this angle here to your advantage. You can come in and sort of leverage off the bottom there and allowing those pins to come up and not overset. There is a fairly deep cut in the middle here, and that would be really troublesome if you were trying to do a normal pick kind of approach on it. So anyway, thanks again, Siri, for the lock. Incredibly cool. And let's go ahead and throw this thing in a vise and see if we can get it picked. You want to do the honors, MM?
Mother. God damn.
Come on, man. You got this. It's all on the wrist. Nice job, man.
I'm just that damn good.
Alright, so we got the key. You can see the bitting there. And again, all those key control dimples are the same depth, kind of giving it away that it's key control. So anyway, key works perfectly. Brand new lock. And so MM, what do you think we got to do to pick this thing? What do you figure the best strategy is?
What you're going to do is you're going to stick the pick under each pin. There's no science to it. It's not a trick. It's just you're just wiggling the pin. It's not as hard as many people make it out to be. There's a lot of misinformation.
All right, man. Sounds like a good plan. Let's do our worst and see how it goes.
Getting some good clicks out of this one.
Yeah, we are. So yeah, man, it's really nice to have you here. Why don't you tell everybody how we met?
With the hours and hours I've spent watching my idol on YouTube, I figure, it kind of makes me feel good that there might be some hope left for people out there.
Whoa, slow down there, Turbo. I had no idea I was your hero. That I was the wind beneath your wings.
I think it's pretty goddamn awesome.
I do too, man. I do too. In fact, I'm getting a little choked up. Alright, we got it open. I honestly have no idea how I would have done that without a dimple flag. There's just no way to access those pins otherwise, and I can't imagine a pick small enough to get in there. Alright, well I guess we better get this lock apart. Where do you figure we ought to start?
Alright, so let's take the slider out of the slider.
Yeah, you're right. We really should use a pinning shoe. This is actually the first time I've used this pinning shoe. And, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea how in the world I'm going to get the lock back together when I'm done, because I don't have one of those spiral pinning tubes that you see people use on Euros. I guess I'll manage somehow with maximum effort and some good old-fashioned cussing. But we'll see. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Meantime, I've got to get this circlip out of here. I always hate doing this on Euros because you have to deform them, and every time I do, I feel badly about it. I don't know why. They always kind of bend back into shape, but you know there's only so many times you can do it before they break, and then you got to come up with another one somehow. Anyway, I wish they used more of a flexible one like you see on the back of kick cylinders, but anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so we got that off. Now I gotta figure out how to pull this core out. Probably hook onto something with this thing. Yeah, there we go. Looks like we have some ball bearings here in the key control area. Make sure to keep my thumb over them so I don't drop them.
Don't want to lose those guys.
No, you don't. Go ahead and put this in my core cradle so I keep everything together. And then gonna take a look at the side here and see how that's built. It's looks like 5 ball bearings, and they just sort of sit in there. I'm not sure what's behind them yet. And then the key doesn't go in because presumably it needs to push those ball bearings out of the way as it goes in, and then they set into those little divots on the side of the key. It's kind of an interesting design. Anyway, let's get everything out of here and take a closer look. So yeah, it looks like a pretty typical lock. There you can see the slot that those ball bearings settle into when they're extended out. This key control is pretty elaborate on this lock. I kind of wish they would have taken the opportunity to turn it into a secondary locking mechanism. What do you think, MMD?
See all those gouges in there? That's pure serration madness right there. And you got the extremely paracentric slider keyway here.
Yeah, man, that keyway is pretty brutal. But slider? You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Anyway, we've got these hardened steel pins up front, and we got a spool, several other spools, and then a double spool. We've got those are the pins behind the ball bearings, and then of course the ball bearings and the key pins. Pretty typical lock, other than the key control, which obviously is kind of elaborate. But yeah, all in all, a pretty cool lock. So hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.